to our final game of the day in the Martin Brodeur Arena here for the BCD Canadian Ball Hockey Championships, Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals. The BCD Canadian Ball Hockey Championships proudly recognize St. Hubert Express as our official restaurant partner. Visit St. Hubert Express at 12575 Sherbrooke Street East in Montreal. That's 12575 Sherbrooke Street East in Montreal. Accredited players, coaches, officials, volunteers, and registered participants receive 10% off eligible purchases by showing their official tournament player pass. Thank you to St. Hubert Express for supporting the Montreal Nationals, and thank you for supporting the Montreal Nationals here today as we have our final game of the evening between the Quinte Wranglers and the Edmonton Missfits. We're playing their second game of the day. And we'll just get a quick national anthem. And the starting goaltenders for tonight's contest in net for the Misfits wearing their white jerseys today. It is Cithara Fernando. And over on the Quinte Wranglers side, it is Maddie Robotham. In goal, the Wranglers wearing the nice light blue jerseys with yellow accents. Misfits white and purple attacking towards your broadcast right, in this one towards the broadcast left. Go the Wranglers in their first game of this tournament. And a win here for the Misfits would absolutely set them up for a quarterfinal appearance. Basically would likely guarantee them a quarterfinals appearance if they win already, go 2-0. You just need a win, or you just need to be in the top 6 out of 7 teams. So it is not too hard to make it, but even more so for the Misfits trying to qualify for the semifinals. Top 2 teams in the round robin get an automatic bye. And an early save for Fernando in this one. But a really good start, and they score! And I was just saying, a really quick start for the Quinte Wranglers. And how about that, a quick forecheck by Haley Bradley, and she finds Haley Robinson in front, who buries one. Fernando can't quite get to that puck, and a huge start to the game for the Wranglers. And here they go. Misfits gonna look after, try to come back in this one into the offensive zone. Here go the Wranglers again. Another great chance, a shot on goal. Nice challenge. It's loose in the crease. Somehow it stays out. The rebound still there. And the Misfits able to get it out to the blue line, but not all the way out, as it's Sarah Clark who had the chance there. And it'll be an offside for the Misfits. Rebecca Gibson carrying that puck. Was stalled out just enough. Rachel Dick on the faceoff for the Misfits. She can't win it. And the Wranglers looking dangerous already early on. 2 amazing chances, including a goal. Here's a play into the offensive zone. Gibson on the right side will try a shot through traffic. That goes wide. Here's Mackenzie Bauer with it. Shakes off her defender. Cutting to the inside. Bauer, nice shot, but Robotham with a pretty simple save there. Just corralling that into her glove. A pretty thin bench on the Misfits side. Equally thin over on the Wranglers side. So we get a couple teams with really deep benches in this one. Neither of these teams are. So here's a face-off win by Misfits. They're trying to center it. It's out of the reach of captain Katie Thompson. And puck comes loose at center. Driving forward, no icing on the dump and change from Emma Dever. So here are Misfits once again. The breakout starts, that's turned over high in the zone. Hilton holds it, but only for a second. Here's Thompson again, going forward. She's got a teammate driving to the net. Thompson, pass across, but was a little bit behind Gaia Schmiel. She couldn't control it properly. There's a tripping. And Misfits answering back here with a couple good chances. They had a really good rush chance there, but the pass a little bit behind Schmiel. She couldn't keep her momentum going, but a good forecheck continues that play, and they force a penalty from the Wranglers as they get a power play here. It's going to be a tripping call. And it goes to Madison Myers. 2-4 tripping. Here's Bridges, the player of the game for the Misfits in their win. On the draw, she'll win it to the outside here. Finds the blue line in Caitlin Brown. She's got space here and she'll work with it. Tries a shot after working to the right side, but that was going wide. And Robotham says, thank you, I'll take that, and stop play. Defenders switching sides here now for Misfits. Looking to set up in their one-timer position. That's Jordan Hodge on the right side. And on the left, it's still Brown. Here's Hodge. Hesitating at the blue line. Has a defender all over her and has to get rid of it. Here's Bridges. Into the high slot. An open chance. But the shot just a little bit too weak there. Easily stopped by Robotham. Lauren White with the chance. That's the kind of chances you want. Prime opportunities in the slot. Just fortunately, White didn't get much on it. But Tran, who's out there on the wing, on the left wing with Bridges, was extremely effective playing with Bridges in that first game. And I'll look to see if they can continue. A really strong forecheck is what I saw from them in the game earlier on. Here's a shot for White. The rebound's there, and that was better, and that was Bridges shooting, actually. But another really good chance. Robotham stands tall that time. 12 minutes to go in the first. Bridges to Tran. Her shot right on target. But I like the philosophy here for Misfits. Just bother Robotham as much as you can. Get as many shots on goal as you can. Bridges will win it to White. She's tied up, though. And Wranglers will ring that puck around the boards. They can't clear it, though. Will be a tripping. Actually, and that is unfortunate for Misfits, who have their power play cut in half. Here is Caitlin Brown going to go to the box for tripping, and without that trip, it is very likely that the Wranglers would have got it past center ice to clear. It was a pretty obvious trip. She got her stick in the defender's feet, and it'll be 4-on-4 to start this one. Captain of the Wranglers, Haley Bradley, out on that right wing, picking the face-off spot there. Off the draw, it's one to the point. Across, Bradley will try the one-timer, but she gets nothing on it. And it comes back down low. Emma Dever. Back for Bradley, looks to go back to Dever once more, and then gets it back again. She'll center it. Trying to switch places there with her teammate, but Can't quite get that loose puck. Now the ball goes forward. Lots of speed. All alone there. There's Rachel Dick. She'll try a shot. That goes wide. A really good solo rush there for Dick. Here's a pass across. Quick shot in the slot. Dick's trying to get another one off. And it's stopped by the pads of Robotham. 10 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Then it'll be a 1-minute power play for the Wranglers. As Dick controls in her own end. We'll play it across. Get a space here for Misfits, who dump it out. 50 seconds left. It's now 5-on-4 for Wranglers, who are up by 1. Puck dumped out. That's going to get tipped for no icing. Loose ball down low. Great step up there by Kendra Welk. She'll play it up the boards. Comes out to center, but not past the line. Loose ball still. High in the zone. Clark trying to put it on goal. Gets that intercepted. And that time it'll get cleared out by Misfits. And great kill, but nice play by Robotham, just putting that ball right back into the attacking zone, but it's cleared out again. And Robotham trying to find that puck in loose space, but no one was there for the Wranglers. So that'll do it for the power play. Both teams 0 for 1 on their 1-minute man advantages. Here's the ball in the slot, bouncing around. Brown trying to get under it, but gets beat, and it's cleared out to the Misfit blue line. Loose ball, Brown picks it up along the boards, turns it over into the middle though. All dumped in by Wranglers. There's a loose ball for the Misfits. Trying to bring it up the boards, it comes loose. Nice play by White to chip it forward, and now she's going ahead too wide. Chip and chase play. A chance for Misfits, but a huge back check. Stops the play. And it's Tori Waite there who got back just in time. Some really good speed by Rebecca Gibson, but not quite enough to get past Waite. Here she is now in the corner with the ball. Out to the perimeter, high in the zone. White, her shot, right on goal, easily covered up. Very good work from Robotham, making sure there's no rebounds out. And again on the faceoff, Brown and Hodge switching spots at the point. They look to get more one-timer quality shots on. Here's one from the outside, a pretty good-looking one, but it just went over from Hodge. Here's Tran down low, looking to center it for White. And she gets a little bit on it, but not enough to solve Robotham. 8:28 to go in the first period. 1-0 for the Quinte Wranglers. Here they are off the face-off. They can't clear it out though. Here's Tran. She'll try a shot. Bridges will pick it up along the boards after it missed the net. Her shot as well gets blocked. Here comes Rang around the boards. But Tran steals it, tries the wraparound. It's still loose along the side of the net. She'll finally pick it up in the corner, and Tran, a huge forecheck there. Loose ball back the other way. Oh, the Wranglers, lots of speed there for Dever. She'll carry it down low. Centering pass, picked off by Brown. Some good defensive work there from Brown. She'll play it ahead for Bridges. Speed, she'll go across for Tran, who has Bridges driving to the net, but pass out of her reach. She has to pinch along the boards to hold it. Here's Bridges again in the high slot. Drops it off for Hodge, gets it right back in her feet. Bridges with the chance, it's stopped. And Robotham standing tall here. Here's another chance in front, it's still there, and finally Robotham jumps on it and gets a fortuitous whistle from the referee there as the ball came dislodged immediately after she covered it, and that was not because of a stick. Bit of luck there on the side of the Wranglers. .7:20 to go in the first. On the outside, Misfits pouring on the pressure over the last few minutes, but still in a deficit here. There's a chance in the slot. That shot's blocked in front. Lots of block shots here in ball hockey. There's just not as much room to get shots off when you don't have the pace to get around players. And there's a absolute deck on the play as Haley Robinson just bowled over a Misfits player. That was pretty excessive, and in my opinion, she did catch her up high and gave her a push. And it's going to be a roughing penalty, and the Misfit player is still down. I don't know who it is, but it was a pretty hard landing. Robinson chips it past and tried to get around the defender, but just basically pushed through. And there is still a player down here. Are there no trainers? She's getting up. It's Kendra Welk, very slow to get up. Needed some help from her teammates. And that was just a bowling over. No hits are allowed here, but that was a roughing. Don't know if she quite caught Welk in the face area, but she definitely caught her high enough to easily bowl her over. And considering that Robinson is much taller, she absolutely flattened Welk there. So our power play for Misfits, their last one unsuccessful, but had a few good chances. There's a chance off the face-off. That goes wide, though. Michaela Lasan trying to center it into the slot. That's intercepted, though. Cleared right out. Here's Fernando for Misfits. Will play it up. Stretch pass comes ahead. Into the offensive zone, Shmia. But she gets that taken away immediately. And Wranglers with a good start to their penalty kill. Already killing off 30 seconds here. And no icing. Great hustle from Shmia to beat it out. She'll have it here. But can't quite center it. Bradley will get under it for Misfits and dump it out. And that was Wranglers, Bradley, rather, who had that. Here's Shmia. The pass comes back. And with the pressure, the ball goes into the bench. And Jacqueline Repchuk, pressured by Bradley, couldn't get that pass forward. Here's the line that's been doing a lot of work for Misfits today, early in this period and in that last game. Bridges, White, and Tran. So they come out for the rest of this power play, 56 seconds. Here's a pass up the boards. It skips over Tran's stick, but it hits off of a Misfit or off a Wrangler stick, and it'll come down low. Tran, great forecheck, will win this ball to White. She'll try a shot. That goes wide. Bridges plays it back to Brown. Back for Bridges along the board. She's pressured. Trying to create some space. She'll find Brown again. Tries a slap shot. That gets tipped in front by Tran. It finds the stick of White. Her backhander stopped. And a really good try there by Tran and White, connecting in front of the goal there. And this line has been extremely strong for Misfits. Good shot from Hodge. Plays that ball into the corner. Here's Bridges. to Brown. Looking across for Hodge, but that's picked right off. And now a high flipping ball for Dever. She'll have to beat Hodge for it. Loose ball and a huge collision there. And it's going to be a penalty charge to Misfits as Hodge very slow to get up on that collision. And it's going to be interference charged to Hodge on that play. Just a great, amazing play by Dever to just flip that high and win the race. But Hodge going to the box here is in a decent amount of pain. It was just a big collision with Fernando coming out of her net to win that ball. It's a three-woman collision. And hopefully Hodge is all right. And a penalty, second penalty, 2 penalties already for each team in the first 10 minutes. Ball dumped out by Misfits. White behind her net, or Waite rather. She'll play it up the boards for Bradley. Into the offensive zone, but it's cleared right out. And now a chance in one-on-one for Misfits. On the left side, slowing things down, trying to make a centering pass, but that's picked off. Rachel Dick tried the patient game there. Into the offensive zone, Bradley stalls up, finds the red line as they slap it in. But Misfits have too much time here. They will clear it, but it's not an amazing clearance. Wait, holds it. Will go across. Now a chance for Robinson, but it comes into the corner. That one cleared out. It's off a stick and out of play. About a minute to go in this Wranglers power play. Most of this period now has been spent on special teams. 2 penalties of each on each team. 4 minutes to go in this first period. Waite will look across for Bradley. Slightly out of her reach, but she's able to chop it down low for Robinson. She'll look in front for Dever. Big save. And it's cleared outside of the blue line. Fernando with a nice stop there. Here's a big booming slap shot from Clark. Then it comes to Bradley, who takes her turn at a slapper, but again blocked. Need a lot of room to take slap shots in ball hockey. Comes out, Clark able to hold the zone. Across for Waite. She'll go across again for Bradley. On the right side, trying to set up these one-timers. Here's a play down low. There's a one-timer, just missed by Robinson. Bradley again. Her shot goes into the corner. 5 seconds left on the Misfit penalty kill. Clark, her turn for a slap shot, and great save by Fernando. Who covers that one up. No rebounds. That was some good work from Fernando on the penalty kill. 3 minutes still to go in the first period. Lots of whistles early on in this one. Here's Tran. Can't win that one along the boards, but she'll get it back from a teammate. Centering pass picked off by Hilton. Sent right back and forth and back and forth. Could be an icing here. It will. Flooring is the call against Misfits. I do want to shout out a very young Brendan Gallagher ad on the boards here. You'll see it eventually. It's right by the Wranglers bench. Just kind of cool seeing as he just left Montreal and you're seeing him as like a 22-year-old. Along the wall there. Here's Bridges trying to clear this zone for Misfits, but it's held in up high. A quick shot gets tipped down, and Fernando able to cover it up. No high stick. Well, that was a pretty good chance for the Wranglers. And they'll hold their same line, or change lines rather, but Misfits will hold the same line. Robinson in on the faceoff against Bridges. Bridges will win it for Misfits. Up the boards, bouncing ball. Tran can't quite get it out past center, and it's dumped back in. Here's Bridges, a bit of space to her right, she'll take it. Cuts to the middle, nice pass to Tran, who gets into the offensive zone, but she can't control it, and Waite will beat her to the loose puck. Along the wall, as Wranglers try to steal it. They will get it to center. Misfits control, back for Bridges again. Looking for Brown, and that's an interception. Nearly an interception, rather, as it comes to Tran, who dumps that puck in deep. White on the forecheck here for Misfits, can't win it. Here's Bradley. For the Wranglers, banks it off the boards, can't get it deep though. And now Misfits are back in, delayed offside. And play will stop once again with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go in this first period. Ball will come all the way right outside the Misfits blue line. Delayed offside from Katie Thompson there, the captain. Off the draw, into the offensive zone. Dever winds one up, big block. She'll elect to just get that one in deep. It's a big block by Jamie Rualt. And the ball is iced once again. So they'll reset play. This has definitely been the most whistle-intensive period so far today. 5 penalties, a few icings on either side. We'll do that. They're going to put the face-off to the left of Fernando. As on every icing and penalty, the teams can choose which side they want to take the face-off after the icing. That's a somewhat recently adopted rule from ice hockey. Here's the ball for Misfits. Drop pass into the offensive zone, but it was a miscommunication. And now back the other way go the Wranglers. Dever plays it into the corner. She'll chase it down behind the net now, but she gets beat to it by Rualt as it comes up the boards for Lassane. Up ahead for Schmiel. She'll chase it down. Good work from Schmiel, allowing her teammates to get a change in and potentially winning this puck. She's got Thompson in there helping. Comes out to center and back to the right side, now into the offensive zone. Here's Gibson. She'll try a shot, missed it though. And it creates a loose battle in the corner. 4 seconds left to go in the period, and that will do it. So after one, it's 1-0 for the Quinte Wranglers. After an early goal, they're up by 1. Lots of chances either way, lots of whistles in that one, but Quinte have had a few superior chances. They get the goal early on after pouring on the pressure in the first couple shifts of the game. So far for the Wranglers, about 1.5 minutes until the second period starts. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back to the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals here in Montreal, Quebec. It's the start of the second period between Misfits, who are 1-0 on the day and 1-0 in this tournament so far, against the Quinte Wranglers. It's 1-0 for Quinte. The BCD Canadian Ball Hockey Championships proudly recognize St. Hubert Express as our official restaurant partner. Visit St. Hubert Express at 12575 Sherbrooke Street East in Montreal. Accredited players, coaches, officials, volunteers, and registered participants receive 10% off eligible purchases by showing their official tournament player pass. Thank you to St. Hubert for supporting the Montreal Nationals, and thank you to you for supporting the Montreal Nationals and for watching along with us today. Here's a loose ball in the middle of the ice. Misfits trying to break in, and we'll come back to Caitlin Brown. High ball, comes across, nice move into the offensive zone there for Bauer. She'll center it, and now a backhand chance just goes wide. And a huge start to the period for Misfits. They get another shot on goal here. That one's deflected easily into the corner. Rachel Dick tried one-on shot. Here she is again in the high slot. Her shot flex off two bodies and cleared out. And Wranglers beat out the icing. Nice speed from Lapierre. She beat out Brown. She'll find the point. Here's Robinson. Tees one up. Her shot blocked in front, but the rebound comes out. And it goes wide. Nice stick check by Gibson. Makes the puck come loose, and a chance in front after a tip. Just barely goes over the net, and there will be a tripping call there. Charge to the Wranglers. As Brown goes down. And it's going to go to Mackenzie Lapierre, who had a really good forecheck on that play to win the ball down low, but was unable to hold on to it for a while, or for a long period of time, and had to chase that one down. So another chance on the power play for Misfits. This is their third opportunity. In the first one, they took a penalty midway through. The second one, they took a penalty right after. So they'll be looking for better luck in this one. Here they have it here. Tran into the offensive zone, then works out to establish the red line as the over and back area. Here are Misfits. Welk will try a shot, gets stood up though, and an easy clear for Wranglers. And a very good start to their kill once again. Near the left side, White will chase the ball down, couldn't get it cleanly. She'll battle, has Bridges as help on the forecheck. She'll get it for Tran. She tries to center it, but it gets deflected back down low once again. Bridges, in her feet. Slides it for Tran. She's muscled off the puck. Some good work by Brandy Newlands. She'll clear it all the way down. Dever chasing that ball down. Forces Fernando to play it out the right side. Dever really hustling on this shift. Here's Bridges. For Misfits, into the offensive zone, will play it across. Now Misfits setting up along the outside. And a drop pass to no one gets picked off. And a little lapse in judgment by Michaela Lassane there. Thought she had a teammate behind her, but it was a blue jersey. Here's the pass up the left side. And it will be an icing as the Misfits power play goes from bad to worse in this one. And a rough showing on the man advantage, on the player advantage for Misfits early on in this game. And they might not get as many opportunities later on. Still 1-0 for Wranglers. About 12 minutes left in this second period. Still a lot of time left in this game. Off the draw, it comes down low. Here's Lasan. Trying to circle the zone. She's tied up though, has to switch at sides. It's back to 5-on-5 here. An amazing penalty kill for Wranglers. Here Misfits into the offensive zone. Good speed here by Schmiel. She'll play it to the outside. That crosses the red line though. Misfits resetting. Repchuk. Stretch pass into the offensive zone. Gibson will chase it down. Lots of space here for Wranglers. Up the right side. Chip to herself. Nice play by Waite. She'll cut it to the inside. Here's Dever. Speed on the outside. She'll stop and find Robinson at the point. In the corner. She'll try a shot. That goes wide right or wide left of the goal. And the ball comes down low. No one there for Wranglers, and it's cleared out to center, but held. Good hold in there by Furman. She'll try a shot from the perimeter. Goes off the outside of the post after a tip in. Here's a pass into the slot for Robinson, but she misses it. And doesn't get it on target. Great chance, though. Good vision by Bradley. And good work from Robinson to get open there. Here's Gibson. She's got players on the inside. She tries to race Firmage off the puck in the corner. Loose ball. Rachel Dixon there as well for Misfits. Ball comes up. Here's Hodge. Good to see her back on the court after suffering a minor bruise or bump up, and that's going to be a slash. Pretty excessive fall, and or maybe she actually got hacked in the leg. I thought it was just her stick. But she's limping here. Here's a shot on goal. Rebound loose for Hodge, and she puts it over the net in a wide open goal. Here's Gibson with the shot. Hodge battling for it, and it will be a penalty. And Hodge had the tying goal on her stick, but couldn't get it in. She was on her backhand, tied up, and all she had to do was put it forward, but she put it up. But she still draws the power play. It's going to be 2 minutes for slashing for the Wranglers here. Off the draw, Misfits with another chance on the power play here. It's their 5th chance of the game. Quick shot from the outside. Nice save, though, by Robotham. Another face-off. Quick shot this time. Goes off a body, and the rebound comes loose and away. Here's Mackenzie Bauer to the point. Welk. Play it across, another shot from the outside, looking for traffic in front. And that's what Misfits wanted, but White just missed the tip there. Could have maybe got something under it. If they get a screen in front of Robotham with these shots, they're gonna start affecting her. Here's the play at the point. D to D. That ball comes down low, Bauer. Centering pass, comes out to the blue line again. A quick slap shot, goes wide of the net, but bounces back in front. A sharp angle shot from Bauer is intercepted. Comes back down low. Bauer still battling. It's rung around the boards for White, who lets it go to Welk. Again for White. She'll center it. The shot blocked, but it comes back to White down low. She'll pass it. That's picked off, and Welk can't hold the zone. And a good work from the Wranglers penalty killing unit. Here's Welk with it. Turns it over. Bradley with a chance in front. It's a trickling puck. It comes behind the net. And Bradley loses her stick. And then Fernando loses a pad in the process. In a crazy scrum there. Bradley was expecting Fernando to get a penalty there as she completely tied up Bradley's stick, basically jumped on it. Now, Bradley was clearly and obviously in Fernando's crease, and I don't believe it was a stick grabbing on purpose, so that's why I believe that that wouldn't be a penalty. But what a crazy turn of events there. The best chance of this power play comes for the Wranglers on the penalty kill. And Haley Bradley, the captain, has just had a very strong game so far. An assist earlier on. Really good chance there. And Fernando looks like her equipment's on correctly now. They'll reset. Don't think I've ever seen a goalie's pad come off before. Really don't. And here's Waite, who holds the zone for Wranglers, but here the Misfits back the other way. In the offensive zone, White gets tied up. And that'll get cleared out to the blue line. Back in go Misfits. Shot goes right on goal, glove down, but a lot of time for Wranglers here to clear this. White cannot get it out past the red line. Here's White now. Go Misfits, finds Bridges. Tie up in front. That creates space for Bridges, but she gets tied up just in time. She'll find White, who gets tripped. And that'll be another penalty on Wranglers. And that one was a pretty blatant trip. Unfortunate stick positioning there for Peever. Carrie Peever. Not much more you can do there. Just shake your head and go to the bench. But another power play for Misfits. This is their 6th power play of the game, and we are just halfway through. And they have yet to capitalize. They are down by 1. They just need 1 goal on the power play to tie this. And another penalty. Gonna go to Wranglers. That is incredible. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Misfits. Wow. And Misfits have an incredible chance in this one. So penalties are, the Wranglers took 2 in the first. They've taken 3, and this is the 4th penalty they've taken in the second period. This is the official 6th man or woman player advantage for Misfits. And it's a 5-on-3. They need to capitalize here. There are no excuses if they don't get things done. If this game ends in them losing and they don't score here, you'll know why. And 7 minutes to go in the second. That ball went out of play right off the faceoff, off the clearing attempt. I'm surprised they don't want to put pressure along the boards here, Misfits, because it'll let them clear it like that, but it's held in by Hodge at center. She'll walk into space. Looks up, finds Brown on the right side, who has a bit of space here. She'll walk in, quick shot goes wide. Bauer is under the ball. To Hodge on the outside, and with these expanded zone and ball hockey, a 5-on-3 is just so dangerous. Hodge plays it to Brown, one-timer. Rebound in front for Gibson. Is covered up, and the ball was loose again. And another generous whistle here in Quinte's favor. as that ball was certainly loose from my vantage point. Face off to the right of Robotham. Off the face-off. Wait for Wranglers trying to clear. She'll play it to the boards. Gets a slap on it, but it comes back to Brown at the blue line. Her slap shot trying to get through the traffic, but it goes wide. Hodge fakes the pass across with her head. And Bradley in the lane. She'll find it in the high slot. That shot goes wide. And wait. Great hustle to clear that one down on this 5-on-3. Still 50 seconds of 5-on-3 time here for Misfits. Here's White. Back to Hodge. She'll go for Tran. Drops it off for Brown. They'll set up. Brown. Waiting for a defensive partner up top. She'll find Bridges in the slot. Her shot's blocked though. And the clearing attempt is successful as Welk will chase it down. 20 seconds left of 5-on-3. And a huge penalty kill for Wranglers, and the Misfits power play is just in shambles right now if they can't get something in these last 10 seconds. They'll hold on to it up high. Welk. 2 seconds left and that's it. Back to 5-on-4, 5 seconds, and then it's 5-on-5 again. Tran, 5-on-5. A full minute 55-second penalty kill of 5-on-3, and really no high-quality chances whatsoever for Misfits on that power play. Here's Bradley. She'll walk down the wing, tries a shot, gets blocked. She'll play it to the outside. Held in. Robinson now spinning, shooting. That goes wide. Bridges backhands it out for White. She can't hold on to it. It's into the corner. Dever winds a slap shot up. That goes way wide and out. Robinson will try another one on goal. That's wide again. Dever, first one to it in the corner, looking for Bradley. Her shot blocked again. All these chances going wide for Wranglers, but they hold on to the pressure. That's a backhander on goal. And it's stopped by Fernando. Four minutes left in the second period. Off the draw in the corner. Wranglers have it in the offensive zone. 4 minutes left in the second period. A huge second period for Wranglers. And another generous whistle here, as the ball went in and out of Fernando's glove very quickly, and they still got a whistle. So both referees blowing whistles down quick, blowing balls down quickly. Quick shot on goal, and that time Fernando able to swallow it up cleanly. That'll be a whistle that time, for sure. But a huge period for Wranglers here, who go in this one up 1-0. They take 4 penalties, including a near 2-minute 5-on-3, and they still kill it off basically flawlessly. There was one shot on goal on a 2-minute 5-on-3. So Misfits really need to go back to the drawing board in this intermission later in this period. Here's a chance for Misfits. They get the ball forward. Wait behind her goal. We'll slide it up. Into the middle, it's Clark. She'll fire it in and go for a change. Misfits clearing it up the wall. Good battle for it, but it comes to the Wranglers side. They'll spin, pass across. That's out of the reach of a teammate, and that shot on goal is stopped by Fernando. 3:09 left in the second. The Wranglers having an amazing game so far. Even though they're only up 1-0, it could be a lot worse. They still have the lead. Their penalty kill has been exquisite, and their really strong forecheck on that first shift created that chance to score. Here's Misfits. Now a 3-on-1. Here's Bauer. Up the left side. Stops up. She'll just shoot it on goal. And it's gloved down. And Robotham able to make a nice save. Just covering it up with her glove. If that rebound came loose, there were two other Misfits driving to the net. That could have been very dangerous, but good sweeping play. Here's a play that comes to the point. Hodge winds one up. That can't get through the traffic, and then the second opportunity is blocked as well. Gibson. Down low for Bauer. She'll spin. Tries to get a shot on, but Wranglers going back the other way with speed. Here's Dever. In on Hodge. Nice cut on the inside. Pad save by Fernando. And here's Bauer into the offensive zone. Works it in through the middle. Then fakes a nice pass to the outside. Here's Gibson. She'll try a shot. That's gloved away by Robotham. Clearance comes to center. Hodge will hold it though. Nice play by Hodge. And the ball nearly hits my cameraman as it comes into the stands after the tip. Don't worry, he's all right. For those of you wondering, 2 minutes to go in the second period. And there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. Quick face-off win. They fire it in the zone. The Misfits do. Loose ball. Hard forecheck for Misfits, but they can't win that one. Along the boards for Wranglers, it's Hilton. She can't break it out. It's held in. Here's White. Trying to center it. It finds Bridges and she scores! And finally, Misfits get on the board. 6 power plays weren't enough, but a great forecheck from White, who finds Bridges on the back door. We'll tie this one at once, and there goes the rest of my voice. There's 1 minute and 36 seconds left in this second period. The game is all tied up. Along the outside, here's Tran. She can't get to that puck, but it's tipped out of play on the next dump out attempt. And it's going to be in the Wrangler zone. So they get the line that just scored back on an offensive zone draw. At the point, Ruwalt and Welk. And a quick shot right off the face-off. Easily covered up, though, by Robotham. Ball cleared out by Wranglers. Comes all the way down, and it'll actually be an icing, a flooring. And now some fresh legs on the defense for Misfits. Face off to the outside, held in the zone. Quick shot blocked by Wranglers in the slot, and this time they'll clear. And Wranglers really clogging up the slot in this one, but it's going to be another icing and more fresh legs out for Misfits. Can they do something with it? Minute left in this period. Game is tied at 1. Katie Thompson, the captain of Misfits, will take this draw against Bradley, captain of the Wranglers. She'll win it. Bradley will. And apologies, that's Clark, the assistant captain, not Bradley. On the outside here, a shot is blocked. Huge block by Robinson, who clears that one down. And this one won't be an icing. It's just slow enough. There's some pressure in the Misfit zone. It's turned over. Dever trying to create a chance, can't quite do so. It's Misfits the other way. Schmiel trying to chase this ball down. Wade beats her to it and rings it around the boards as it comes to Clark on the left side. She'll chip it forward. Dever look to chase it down. 20 seconds to go in the period. Misfits trying to clear, takes an awkward bounce off the boards, and that allows Clark to get to it. She'll play for Dever. She can't get to it. Here's Gibson looking for Schmiel out of her reach. 5 seconds to go. And that'll do it here for the second period. And after 30 minutes of ball hockey, it's tied at ones. Somehow not on the power play, even though there have been plenty of opportunities this game, but it's 1-1. The goal from Bridges ties things up, and a very interesting third period will come upon us. We'll be right back here with the broadcast to start your third period of the final game today of the Women's C Division of the Canadian Ball Hockey Nationals. In the last 15 minutes of the Women's C Division here, about to start this evening. "15 minutes to go to see which of these teams will stay undefeated. As granted, Wranglers haven't played a game yet, but Misfits looking to go 2-0 and set themselves up very nicely moving forward. A win here basically guarantees them to qualify for the quarterfinals already after day one, based on the format of the tournament. So that would be huge, a huge way for Misfits to start their week And it would also get the monkey off their back, help them out. And meanwhile for Wranglers, they want to start their tournament off well. Here is Misfits in the offensive zone. That's a turnover by Gibson. A stretch pass comes the other way, but nice interception by Hodge. And now she'll go back the other way with two other defenders or attackers with her. Tries to make a move to the inside, but just got tied up and wasn't able to create a good chance there. Here's Gibson for Misfits. Turns that over to Bradley. She'll backhand it across for Robinson, but Hodge, another great defensive play as she'll play it ahead to Tran and then go for a change. Here's Tran. Leaves it back. And then Tran will get in the slot. Tries a spinning backhander. That goes way wide. And a huge shift for Rachel Dick here. It's at the end of it and still hustling to win balls. Bradley with it. For Wranglers. She'll get it out to center. Dever will get that in deep. And now three Wranglers can change. Here's Welk with a stretch pass to the middle. Bridges into the offensive zone up the right side. Has a defender closing in. She tries the shot. And that misses about 10 feet wide left of the net. As the ball held in though by Misfits. They got a chance in the offensive zone here. Bridges works it to the red line. Looks to get it right back. Good hold by Welk, who walks into the middle. Welk tries her move. Instead, it's turned over to Clark, who plays it back for Beaubier. Back for Clark, but it's out of her reach. And she misses it. Centering pass for Beaubier again. Backhander misses. Newlands has it. Tries to play it back to Furnage. Tran's all over. A nice spin move, though. And she'll get it in deep. Clark chasing the ball down. Finds Tran on the left side. She's got help. Nice dump in there for Lassand. Kayla Lassand chases it in as well. And that forces Maddie Robotham to cover that one up. That's the first time we've said a goaltender's name this period. Not many whistles to start this one with 12 minutes to go. Still tied at once here. Goal from Bridges on the Misfits side. And Haley Bradley, 19 seconds into the game for Wranglers. Here's a shot from the outside, deflects wide. And a chase down by Thompson in the corner here as she wins it for Misfits, but it's tied up. Nice play to win it right back though, centers it. Can't quite find the stick of Schmiel. Loose ball at the blue line. Here's Dever. She will get it past center. Hilton battling. Loose ball here. That'll be an offside though. Just barely. As Lassand couldn't quite get on. Here's Gibson. On the outside, tries a shot. It comes in and out of the glove of Robotham, but the rebound can't quite get on target. I don't think Dick was ready for that loose ball to come out. And she couldn't get the rebound. She's got another chance here, a quick shot. And that one right into the glove of Robotham. A really good shift though by Rachel Dick. On the draw. Here's Dick again, wins it to Gibson. She'll try to shovel it in deep, but that's stolen by Firmage, excuse me. Ball up the boards. Here's Bradley chasing it down. Has a defender on her. Repchuk trying to win this off Bradley, but is unsuccessful. Bradley working it down low. Finds Robinson streaking in. Her shot is just wide. Really good try. Those were the two that connected on the Wranglers' only goal so far. Here's Robinson again with a nice steal. Trying to play it across, but it's stolen right back. And now Bauer working in on Firmage. Firmage nearly loses her footing, and that allows Bauer to steal the ball. Centers it in front, just out of the reach of Dick. And Waite will chip and chase for herself. All over Brown is Waite. But the ball comes up to Tran. She's got space here. Nice play by Tran. Getting caught though by Waite. A huge back check for the defender. As it's brought back in by the Wranglers. Good stand up though. Again by Misfits. They'll cross it in. And Jordan Hodge has had a really strong game as well defensively. A couple defenders trading blows in terms of just holding the ball in the neutral zone and not allowing the other team to attack. And here's the scoring line for Misfits. Bridges, Tran, and White. Here's Tran off the faceoff. Her shot gets blocked in front, and it's cleared out by Wranglers. And it will be an icing. That ball took a while to go down, but since players have to run, it's not quite as easy to get the loose ball. And Tran will look to shoot again off the draw. We'll see if it's successful this time. Off the draw, Bridges to the point. Shot through traffic, just missed. As White wins that in the corner. She'll look to center it. Bridges is there, but she compromised her stick positioning to get to the puck and couldn't quite hold it. Center ice. It's a turnover, and now here's Clark in all on her own, and she scores! Melissa Clark forces the turnover and pots one home. And the Wranglers restore the lead in the third period. Misfits will ice the ball here. No, they won't. It's waved off. And that allows them to get on the forecheck. Schmiel trying to center it. It's loose in front. And covered up. Lassane was on the doorstep. If Thompson was able to get it over to her, that could have been an extremely high quality chance. But 9 minutes to go in this third. Wranglers. The Quinte Wranglers just took the lead, courtesy of Clark, forcing a turnover and getting a breakaway as a result. Here's the ball up high. That shot misses. It comes loose in the corner. Again on the outside. And a weak backhander rolls through the traffic and swallowed up by Robotham. Thompson in on the face-off for Misfits. She'll win it. Right away, a quick shot. Rebounds there, but no one to pick it up for Misfits. And instead, Lassane will take it. Circling the zone. Lassane puts it in deep. It gets centered back in front. Loose ball. Now high in the zone. Held on to by Malavaski. She puts it down for Schmiel. She'll battle back to Malavaski again along the wall. Has a bit of space. She'll try to get it on goal, but that's picked off by Robinson. Nice block. Now it's cleared out. Here's Clark, the most recent goal scorer on the forecheck. Doesn't get to that one in time. Here's Repchuk up through the middle. Bauer. Nice move to get into the zone. Bauer tries a shot. That's off a stick, though, but stuck in the mesh on the outside of the rink. And another ball comes into the ref's possession. Under 8 minutes to go in this third period. 2-1 is the score. Quinte Wranglers just took the lead here, courtesy of Melissa Clark, who made a really great play at the attacking blue line to steal a ball and get a breakaway. Here's a chance off the face-off, but it just goes a little too far for Gibson and an easy save for Rowbottom. But Misfits trying to put the pressure back on here. Quick play off the drop. Bauer trying to get it through. Instead it comes loose, but great stick by Waite, who's able to deflect that out. That was a wide open shot in front of the goal for Rachel Dick. But it didn't matter. Waite with a just great defensive play for Wranglers. Here's Hodge. She stood up and then the ball was just slapped right down the ice. And that'll be an icing. Or not? Okay, it will. It took an extra second for the referee to blow the whistle there. That was a pretty clear icing. Bradley electing to ice that. Play off the draw to the outside, Hodge. Quick play for the one-timer for Dick, but ball was bouncing on her. She'll win it back along the boards here, though. To the point, Brown sees the daylight, gets a shot through, it's off the crossbar. Hodge again. We'll play it down low. Around the boards, Bradley to it. Instead, it comes to the point, and Brown, whose shot goes in deep. Bauer, nice move for Misfits. Cuts it to the inside. Dick has a chance here, but it's out of her reach. She'll reset higher up in the zone. Finds Brown. She'll do a slap shot. That just missed. Ball bouncing back on the doorstep. The backhander goes up the outside of the post after the save. There's another chance for Misfits. The shot blocked by Brown, held in. Blocked by Bradley, rather, held in, and then another hold in right outside the center line. So here's a chance on the doorstep for Dick, and her shot just goes over the goal. And back to back to back, really high quality chances for Misfits, who force another icing here, and they are just pouring on the pressure. This has been a very long shift for Haley Bradley, for Tori Waite, and company, who are out on the ice right now. And with 6 minutes to go in the third, the Misfits put their top line out on the ice, out on the court, to try to make something happen. Bridges, gives it to Tran. Her shot blocked and wide. Robinson chasing the ball down, pushes White down, but still can't win it. Good help from the Misfits teammates to win that one, and Waite somehow still has juice to get this forward, and the ball goes into the bench of Wranglers. And Waite, who's at the end of a long shift, still turns on the Jets to force a whistle and force a change for Wranglers, for the Quinte Wranglers, who are able to just luck out there, really, and ensure they don't get hemmed in their own zone for too much longer, at least with tired legs. Here's the ball behind the net for Myers. Ball slapped out. Tran on the left side. She'll try a shot. I can't get through. On the right side, stood up. Here Misfits again, a quick shot goes wide. Bridges will pick it up in the corner. 5 minutes to go in this third. Misfits still down by 1. Bridges will find Tran. She'll shoot. Didn't get much on it though. It comes back to Bridges down low. She'll work with the Bridges. Centering pass. White and Tran have a chance, but neither of them can really get it on target. And it's dumped out by Wranglers. And a huge chase here for Lapierre, trying to beat out this icing. But Rualt is able to beat her to the ball. And Lapierre, valiant effort, but that might cost her for the rest of this shift, as that was a pretty big sprint to try to get back to that icing, and now she can't change. 4.5 minutes left in the third. Still 2-1 Wranglers. Clark was the one that broke the tie. Melissa Clark. Here's a shot for White, and it comes back to the point. That was a great save by Robottom, challenging the shooter there. This ball in the corner for Tran. To the point. The one-timer can't get through, and it's slapped out again. And this time it's not quite enough for an icing. Here's Tran into the offensive zone. Nice play to play it across for White, but she trips, and that was Lasan, rather. Here's Dever trying to get into the offensive zone for the Wranglers. Nearly a too many men, or too many women. Apologies for Misfits. But they get away with it. Player was like mid-air trying to get off the ice when they touched the ball, so referees didn't call it. Here's a chance going forward for Schmiel. She'll try to beat Waite to the ball, but she can't. And Waite backhands out into the neutral zone. They did game the zone. Nice play by Bradley, and she'll just ice it. And a couple icings for Bradley lately. Wonder what she was trying there. I don't know. I think maybe she was trying to find Clark up ahead. Under 3.5 minutes left in this third period. Misfits trying to start off the tournament 2-0 and pretty much guarantee themselves a spot in the quarterfinals and set themselves up for a strong case moving forward to get into the semifinals with a bye. If they get this win right now, Wranglers looking to start off their tournament on the right foot with the lead here with 3 minutes to go. And the coach for Wranglers talking to the ref. Don't know why. But that does give Wranglers a few extra seconds to rest. Those on the Wranglers who are a bit tired. They win the face-off. And they'll look for a stretch pass. Here's Bradley. She gets stood up though, but Dever able to bring it back into the offensive zone. Nice move to get around Brown, and she'll drive to the net. Dever tries it short side. Great challenge though by Fernando. And the ball isn't cleared out. Held in by the Wranglers. Bradley trying to chase that ball down, but Hodge will get to it first. Here's Hodge. Getting the speed on, she'll play it to the right side, Lasan. Shot on goal, gets deflected into the corner. Under 3 minutes to go now. Centering pass, Thompson, the captain, trying to come up big in this moment for her team. Can't get to it, but it's Hodge who holds the zone. Hodge, her shot, blocked by Clark, and not out. Thompson, good hold. She's got it. Looking for Brown across, picked off. And Clark will ice it. And Dever on a long shift here. As soon as she saw that ball was iced, Dever bent over in frustration. She has been on the court for a while, and it's going to be a timeout for Misfits. They want to see if they can make a play happen here. So a little over 2 minutes to go on an icing. They'll still be tired, even though the Quinte Wranglers get a few extra seconds of rest with this timeout. I like the idea. You'd rather call your timeout than not call it. Do it when you have the chance. Talk about what you're going to do on this face-off when you have the chance to catch the Wranglers tired. Still 2-1 goals in this game. Bridges for Misfits. Riley Bridges. And for the Quinte Wranglers, Haley Bradley and Melissa Clark was the one in the third period who broke this tie. Bridges against Clark for the face-off. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, and they do have the net empty here. Ball not cleared out, held in by Welk. To the right side. The pass comes to Bridges on the right again. That shot tipped down, loose ball! But no, it's stopped and cleared to the boards. Pass by Welk to the inside. Held in. Bauer trying to get a shot on goal there. Can't quite do so. Ball in the corner. Wranglers trying to stall this wall down. Every second is valuable for them. Bauer is the one that comes away with it, but she's tied up right away again by Bradley. And by Clark, rather. Bridges centers that one in front. It creates a loose scrum for it, but Dever is the one who comes away with it for the Wranglers, and she'll slap it down looking for the empty net. It's blocked. And she can't quite get it on, but a 5-player change here for the Wranglers will give them a little bit of respite. A little bit of energy. Here they go into the offensive zone. It's Gibson along the wall. She's tied up. A minute left. And a great play by Beaubien to kick that ball all the way down the ice. And it will be an icing. Thought maybe it didn't have enough juice on it, but the ball rolls pretty quickly on this concrete, even if you don't hit it that hard. Under a minute to go in the third. And another timeout. This time the Wranglers will take one just to adjust defensively. And there they go. Under a minute to go. In this final period, down 2-1 with the net empty. Can the Misfits complete the comeback as they did earlier in this game, tying it up? It was 1-1 after Misfits tied it. Can they tie it once more? Here's Brown on the outside. They play it for Bridges, sees pressure. Into the middle. Finds Trent. She'll try a shot on goal, but it's covered up by Robov. And good rebound control. Good control in general there by Robov. Bridges to Tran. She tries to play it across, but it's out of the reach of her teammate. At the blue line. A quick shot trying to get through the traffic. It comes to Bauer in the corner. She'll center it. Here's a try. That's blocked in front. Bridges, first one to it. Tries a backhander. It comes loose in front. Tran finds it, but can't get it through. There's so many bodies in front, it's hard to get a shot on. Here's Brown again, 15 seconds to go. Hodge at the blue line. Will go into the high slot. That shot is blocked. It goes way up high, bounces down, 7 seconds to go. Bridges with it for Misfits, finds the one in the slot, a backhander, and she scores! It's a tie game! Rachel Dick finds the back of the net with 1.5 seconds remaining to tie the game. Great vision by Riley Bridges to find her in front. She gets the first shot off, doesn't quite go, but chases down her rebound and backhands that second one home. And it is a tie game here. And do these games end in a tie? It appears so. It appears so. So for the round robin games, they can end in ties. But a huge tie up by Misfits will mean they stay undefeated and still stay in a really good position to be able to fight for a top 2 seed. The Quinte Wranglers are going to be a little bit unhappy that they couldn't quite hold on to that lead. They had 2 separate leads in this one, and they just didn't quite do enough to hold on there. But Misfits gonna be happy with their day. 1 goal or 1 win, 1 tie for the Edmonton Misfits. And a great start to their tournament here as they look to take home the title. And Rachel Dick will take home the player of the game, getting that game-tying goal in the dying seconds. And for the Quinte Wranglers, Tori Waite, who I think just had an incredible game. Defensively, she was everywhere. The pace that she plays with at this level is very strong, and the pace she plays with in general. Just a really strong game. And a fun one, too. Say that after every game. I got to find a different word. But really, this has been a great evening, a great day here at the Martin Brodeur Arena here in St. Leonard in Montreal, Quebec. That will do it for our coverage here. Before I fully end, we will go over a quick scoring summary before my voice fully gives out here. But in the first period, Haley Bradley, 19 seconds into the game, took the lead for the Wranglers. And there were 2 separate leads in this game. So in the second period, it was Riley Bridges who, yes, in the second period, it was Riley Bridges who tied the game up. Then, in the third, Melissa Clark takes the lead back for the Wranglers at 5:39, and at 14:58, with 1.6 seconds left, tied up by Rachel Dick, and that is how the game and the week, or rather the day, ends for the Edmonton Misfits in a huge game. Thank you so much for being with us today. I have been Jordan Hashi. I will be back on Thursday and Friday from this arena, so if you hear my voice again, don't be alarmed. And just before we go, the BCD Canadian Ball Hockey Championship proudly recognized St. Hubert Express as our official restaurant partner. Visit St. Hubert Express at 12575 Sherbrooke Street East in Montreal. Accredited players, coaches, officials, volunteers, and registered participants receive 10% off eligible purchases by showing their official tournament player pass. So thank you to St. Hubert for supporting the Montreal Nationals, and thank you for supporting the Montreal Nationals, and have a great rest of your night. And hey, it's a great week to be a ball hockey fan.